Hey there YouTube, good afternoon. I'm working on the Dodge Dakota truck today. What I'm doing is I'm replacing cab mounts. There's two cab mounts rotted on this side. The ones on the other side are fine. It's weird because I was at the junkyard and I was looking at trucks like this and they all rust the same way. The cab mounts on this side, the passenger side are good, but they all rot out on the driver's side for some reason. And I went to LKQ and I got a couple new lower portions of the mounts with bolts and the mount cups. I paid $10 for the pair. And these are the old bolts that came out of the old cab mounts, what was left of them. I don't know what Dodge was thinking or Chrysler was thinking when they installed these mounts, because they use really thin looking cups for the mounts. These are really thin. These mount cups are pretty thick. These mounts came off a newer style Dakota from the early 2000s, which had very little rust on it. The mount that was right here towards the very back, that one came out fine. The bolt came out fine. I just impacted it out with that electric impact wrench. And here it is. This one, which was right about here, I think. I don't know, I forgot. This one, it had a little bit of trouble getting out. I had to loosen it by hand with a wrench. The impact just did not work. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. The top parts of the mounts are okay. It's just the bottom portions are rotted, just like what old 64 Goat had in his video of him replacing the cab mounts in his Dakota. The same exact problem. The top portions of the mounts were okay. It was just the bottom pieces that were rotted out. And yes, I'm going to go to work to replace these cab mounts. It's going to be an easy job, I guess. Well, the cab mounts are now installed. This mount went in okay. There was enough clearance on each side of the bracket and the back for me to get the bolt through the cup and impact it right into the frame or cab of the truck. This mount, however, was a little bit tricky. There was enough clearance on each side of the mount, but on the back, the cup kept on hitting the frame. So what I did was I had to take the cup and ground a flat spot in it, so that way it could clear the frame and for me to get the bolt through to bolt it into the cab. So now I don't have to worry about the cab falling off the truck while I'm driving it, or just bouncing around and acting weird. There's three mounts on each side of the truck, three cab mounts. One right here, one right here, and one right here. The ones in the front are completely rotted through the floor. Those things, there's nothing really holding the cab up in the front. It's just these two mounts right here, which are fine. And that's why the body lines are off, because the front cab mounts are rotted through the floor. That's a problem. That's a common problem with Dakotas. I read on forums and stuff that, yeah, the front portions of the cab rot out and the mounts go through the floor, even though there's really no visible holes in the floor. This thing has seen better days. I've been looking at new trucks lately for the past couple of months. I really want a Chevy, but those things are priced outrageous. As an alternative, I've been looking at Dakotas lately, newer Dakotas. I can get one with decent miles for pretty cheap, cheaper than a Chevy. This thing runs pretty good. The engine runs pretty strong. The transmission works good. Even though the overdrive doesn't work. I think it's an electrical problem someplace. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of driving crap. This thing needs work. It needs new tires. It needs a rack and pinion bellow boot on the passenger side. It needs new front shocks, and what else to the front end. The front end could be due for a major overhaul. I don't know. It clunks going over bumps. So yeah, now she has 173,000 miles on it. Yeah, it runs really strong. And hopefully I could find my new truck. I'm waiting for school to get out, so that way my hours will change and I have a lot more time to look to see what's out there, instead of dealing with the hassle of looking at privately owned cars and being home in time to go to work. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good evening. Bye.